Good evening. Happy Wednesday evening, everybody. Welcome to Craft Night. Tonight we're going to do a little paper crafting technique, and I want to do a bit of a journaling layout as well with you guys. I saw a cool technique on Instagram Reels last week that I've saved that I wanted to recreate tonight. It's basic and probably something lots of you have seen before and maybe done before. And I thought it was really cool. So I want to do a little paper crafting technique with you guys this evening, which will be a bit of fun. Say hey, let me know where you're watching from. There'll be a little free sticker set at the end I'm going to give away to, I have to remember where the camera is. It's not over here, camera's here. It's a butterfly sticker set in Sunshine, a beautiful, beautiful, warm yellow colored butterfly stickers. That's free tonight for somebody who comments. I'll draw a random winner tonight, which will be fun, and pop that in the mail for you tomorrow. So thanks for joining me. This is going to be a bit cute. I haven't done a craft night in forever. In fact, when I looked back, I think it was November, which seems a bit unbelievable. That does seem completely unbelievable, but it might be true that it's been since November since I did a craft project with you guys. I know I did some journaling, bullet journaling layouts earlier in the year on the live, but not a little journaling layout and a paper craft technique evening. So this is going to be fun. I hope you enjoy it. And I'll send the link afterwards on email, so you'll be able to watch the replay. If you're joining me on a replay, leave me a comment, let me know you stopped by. I probably can't reply. I'm having serious issues with my account on socials, and it's just having dramas every time I try and say something nice to someone online. I get issues, which is baffling to me. Anyway, I appreciate you all hanging out and saying hello and doing a project. Maybe you have a project with you you're going to do as well tonight, which will be pretty fun. If not, hang out, say hey in the comments. We can chat amongst yourselves and see what everybody's up to and what you're all doing on this Wednesday evening. Good evening, Lisa. So nice to see you. I always cracks me up every time I see your Facebook profile picture. That is just adorable. So nice to see you this evening, Lisa. Thanks for joining and hanging out. I'm going to show you a technique I saw on Reels. Like I said, it's not complicated and probably something you may have seen before, but I was really keen to do it and try it out. And I'm just looking around at my desk because I know there was something else I wanted to show you first. Oh, yeah, that's right. Two things today. One thing exciting, one thing not exciting. I spent the last hour rearranging my sort of box of like things I grab to hand easily. So like stickers and papers, cardstock that I like to grab whenever I'm doing a project. There's sort of off cuts and stuff. I rearranged. Look at this sticker drawer, everybody. This is rearranged. And it's all, look how much, I have so much room. I was cramming stuff in here. I spent the last hour rearranging it. I've had so much fun rearranging all my little bits and pieces. And then the downside is my cool counter that usually sits behind me that ticks over when someone places an order, and it makes this little ticky, ticky, ticky sound. It's like an old school, what is it? It's an old school clock looking thing. It's really cute. It's officially broken. And I couldn't get it back to life. So it's been on the fritz for a few weeks now, but I kept trying to get it restarted and get the software working. Wasn't going to happen. So I think it's officially, I've decided today it's just not coming back. So I think I'm moving on from my very cool little, it's a Shopify counter for the website. So it counts orders as they come through. I love it, but it's not, I don't think it's going to come back. So that's a bit disappointing. But I had so much fun rearranging all my craft supplies and my stickers. Hello, Shazza. Nice to see you. Thanks so much for joining this evening. All right, let me show you this technique I saw on Reels. And I'm going to do the technique first, and then I want to put it here on this side of my layout. I'm using my A5 collage journal, and I was flicking through looking for a layout. It's already got these pre-decorated backgrounds. It's great. It gives you like a little head start, especially if you get overwhelmed looking at a blank white page and you just don't know where to start. Then the journaling, a collage journal, has all of these colored backgrounds with patterned illustrated backgrounds and things to get you started. Makes starting a layout really, really effortless. I really love it. So I'm going to do a layout on half of that tonight. But first of all, let me show you this little technique. We're going to make some tickets, some old school looking, vintage looking tickets that you can use in a project, and then you can keep them and store them to use later. And I'm going to use some of this paper. I'm not sure which paper yet. The video I saw, the creator used white paper and then they stamped it all vintage colored, and then they cut it up, which is what I'm about to do. But I don't have stamps. I used to have stamps. I used to have thousands of stamps, and I sold them all. I was a bit sad about that, but I actually don't want to dive back into the world of stamps because I can't trust myself. Like, I know I'll be back on the collecting train again of stamps, so I've not gotten back into stamping. I like stickers, and that's where I stick stickers and using distress inks and sponges. I'm very happy to do that, but I've resisted getting back into stamps. So the creator I saw, she created the paper first by stamping lots of cool graffiti stamps all on some paper with some different colored distress inks. But I'm going to start off with pattern paper. I'm going to choose a couple different ones because I'm interested to see how the technique sort of shows up if I use a really dark paper and something lighter. Let's do that. So we've got a bit of variety going on. So dark sort of paper and then lighter paper. Remember to leave a comment, say good evening in the comments if you like, because then I'm going to do a little winner at the end to get a little free sticker set. I'll pop in the mail tomorrow, which is fun. It's the butterfly sunflower color sticker set. So that's free. I will do that at the end. I'm trying to get into the hang of that. I don't think I have forgotten once. Since I haven't forgotten once, but I think I have forgotten to do it once. But I'm trying to get into the habit of remembering to do that on every live. I didn't get out any background to catch my little messes. So let's start off by, no, let's not ink it first. Let's cut it first because I want to distress around the edges. So let's do that. I haven't, obviously you can tell I have not pre-done this whatsoever. This is, I know what I want to do, but I haven't done it with you guys till now. So my half thought through process as we go along. So let's cut some paper first into the width of little tickets. And I reckon about 1 inch is probably makes sense as a good length, good width. But this is 3/4. Yeah, I'm going to do it right to the edge of my trimmer, and that looks like it's close to 1 inch. I'm going to cut some paper first. Why doesn't that look straight? Let's do 3. Okay. And then let's try the darker one too. What's everybody up to this evening? Have you guys been at work today? Did you have a day off with grandkids, grocery shopping? I know grocery shopping can be a common, my dad does always grocery shopping every Wednesday. It's a Wednesday tradition, is grocery shopping day on Wednesday. I think all the new specials come out on a Wednesday, don't they? Often specials at the supermarket run from Tuesday to Tuesday, and they come out on a Wednesday. Now you cut some strips. So once you've got your paper, which you can obviously stamp and create this paper, or just get yourself some pattern paper that you want to make tickets from. This would suit any beautiful paper. Is now to fold it concertinaed and just guess pretty much how sort of big you expect a little ticket to look. And we're going to fold it backwards and forwards. How many am I going to get out of this piece? 3 and a little bit. That's okay. So fold all of your pieces of strips of paper. You could totally do this with cardstock too if you had really heavyweight cardstock. Let's fold them a bit bigger so I get 3 sort of even ones. And then the next step is where we want ink. I reckon I'm going to use a distress ink. Yeah, they're a bit bigger, so sort of 3 even-ish. Yeah. All right, now let's do some distress ink on the edges. Can't go past vintage photos. Some real, what's the word? Not versatile. I mean, it is versatile. Essentials. I knew there was a word. Essentials must have inks, and vintage photo is, I think, one of those colors that you sort of have to have. You can go as heavy with this as you want, of course. And if you're brave, you can just put the ink pad straight to the edge. That gives you a bit more of an inky defined edge. Just be careful not to use your ink pad backwards and forwards because you end up cutting through it. You kind of want to just scuff it. But I'm using my sponge. I'm not going to use these tonight. I'm going to keep them in a little envelope on my layout, my kind of little pocket. So they're kind of, these are making these is for a later, to use at a later time. But I just thought this was so cool. And then I think what I want to do is I need to also, yeah, I want to also get the edges of where the folds are. So let's fold it back up and kind of go, let's go back, fold that back on itself to get that a bit darker. Yeah, I think that's better. So let's fold it all up again and get the edges. And then if you've got a ticket there hidden in the middle, fold it back on itself and also do that edge. So we want each piece, each little folded piece has got to look like its own little ticket. You know those tickets? That's the tickets that reminds me of. I knew there was something and my brain just couldn't. Those tickets you get in the arcade games. That's what these look like. Exactly like those little tickets that spit out of an arcade game. And you can exchange them for a pack of lollies or something. That's what these, exactly what these look like. Okay, this is sort of coming together. You can see the effect it's going for, and you can make this so much darker. Obviously I'm starting with a darker piece as well and a lighter piece. So I've got a couple of options for when I want to use these. And this, I don't think I've done this one. No, I have done that one. I haven't done this one. Okay. Probably add some more ink later. I feel like it will need some more ink maybe after. The moment, happy with that. I'm gonna get my little scrap piece out of the way. Okay. The next step is you need a hole punch, and this is easier with a little handheld punch because we're gonna make them look more like tickets now. Because at the moment, we know they're tickets. That's what we're making, but they don't really look like tickets just yet. But they will when we add this next step. Let's see if I get this right. So if we fold it all the way back up again, and then you want to grab 2 tickets. So it's basically one fold together, and you're going to try and use the hole punch to punch out the corner of it. How cute is that? I'm very pleased with this. I'm very pleased with myself. It's going to be really cute. Okay, that absolutely works. And then if I fold it back here, I think I would do it on this edge. Maybe it is better if they line up then. So this doesn't quite line up, but I think when I folded it to begin with, it would have been better if they had lined up. I think this would give a better finish, but that is okay. I could do it separately. Let's do it separately. So let's do this one. Okay. It's really cute. I love it. Okay, I'm really happy with those. Okay, and then fold it back to get this part here. Or to pay more attention to what I'm doing. There we go. Yep, okay, this is working. And now this fold. Cute. I might do the end here. So there's a little half ticket hanging off the end. Great. Okay, that is literally what we're doing. How cute is that? I'm really pleased with that. That's turned out really well. This is cute. These will be so fun to use in your layout or in a card as a border, an edge, as a little, you could put a few of them together as a little collection. This is perfect for a travel journal. If you've got a holiday you want to be doing some memory keeping for, a travel journal or something like that, or a holiday coming up, this is going to be perfect for a little holiday embellishment as a little keepsake. And that's it. That's sort of, that is the technique. I can see here, why didn't that sort of, that's okay, because it's meant to be like that. No, it's all good. I'm double second guessing myself. I could now, ideally, obviously it would look even more finished or polished if I sort of go back in to where those parts are that I punched out and just make the ink a little more obvious on those cuts. makes them look a little bit more weathered and sort of defines those little cutouts a little bit better. That's cute. Okay, that's how it turns out. I like the music sheet one. That's really cute. That turned out really well. All right, let's do the darker paper one. So I'll use this one here that I sort of folded a bit more evenly. So grab your hole punch, start somewhere. This would work with much wider papers as well and much larger. If you have a little circle punch where you could chop a bit more of a corner out and get larger circles, then you could just scale this up to any size. Oh, that didn't work. Any size you sort of needed to. Technique is really fun, and this has come together really easily. And the end, cute. I like the darker one. What do you guys think? I think that turned out really well. Okay, and I'll do the same. So ink up where I've cut that. I need some more ink. That ink pad needs to be, I need to get some replacement ink for that. It's a little bit dried out, I think. Okay, I didn't quite cut that. I didn't quite cut that cleanly. Just go and fix that up. Done. Now, the more you push, the more you crease these, you could absolutely use your bone scorer or something. The more you crease these up and sort of rough them up, the easier they're going to tear, because this sort of makes them like those little perforated tickets. Is if you have a firmer crease, you can tear them more easily. Or even more exciting, if you have a perforated blade on your trimmer, then you could do a perforation between here. How cute would that be if you have a perforated blade, and then you could literally have a really cute perforated edge and tear them apart? That would be cute too. So that's how they turned out. That's the two of them. And that's the little ticket. I'm really proud of them. I think they're a bit cute. They turned out well. I think I like the darker ones, but depends on the layout you're doing, I suppose, and what sort of suits. And then when you're ready to use them, you can use them as a whole embellishment piece, or you go and you tear it along where you have, let's see if this works. Oh, yeah, where you creased it. How cute is that? And now you have your own little ticket to use in the little embellishment in your layout. These would also be cute too. Now I'm thinking it would make great backings for maybe a monogram. So if you're going to do a title for your layout, or a card, you could put a monogram on there, and you could use the rest of the ticket piece somewhere as a background or on the edge or even underneath to sort of tie the whole ticket theme in together. But you could totally use one of them as a bit of a hero piece and put a monogram letter on the top, or for a birthday, like a monogram number. That'd be really cute too. That'd be a great way to use them. So that's the project. That's the little paper crafting technique that I saw that I was really keen to try. I thought it would be really fun. They turned out really well. It's really cute. Hello, Melanie. Nice to see you. They're cute, aren't they? I turned out really well. I quite liked doing that. Very cool. Easy to do. I'm glad I found that reel and saved it. And then I've got the other two here that I can obviously do as well. What time is that? Oh, plenty of time. Let me do these two. And then I'm going to put them. Oh, how did I fold that? There we go. Then I'm going to put them on my layout in my journal. Ooh, I can see what I've done. That's what's when I mucked the corner up. It's because I was cutting it. I cut it too far on the top and not enough like on the actual corner, like a semicircle. So that's now I've doubled that up. That's probably not going to turn out real well. That's what I did wrong with before. Just on the corner. Keep it even on the corner. Okay. Oh, I did it again. Now I might be cut it too far. Look, this requires more concentration than I first thought it would. Okay. Oh, look. Oh my goodness, it's getting worse and worse. That's not working out at all. Let's tear that one off. Oh, let's see if that can work. Now I'm paranoid it's not gonna work. Let's get rid of that one. This should just be a little short one, I think. Let's try again. Concentrate. Ooh, poor little paper punch is getting a bit stuck. All right, and then ink these up. Oh, I missed a bit. And then let's get them on the layout. Oh, great idea, Jenny. That's a great idea to make the little perforation marks. That's such a good idea. I have a pin here. I'm sure I do. Wait, that piece, let's tear that off. That's a great idea. You could absolutely do that. That would give you a great little perforated section. I reckon I have a pin. I reckon I'm going to do that. Let me have a look. And you're not even doing a really large section either, hey? So it's not like you need to worry about doing huge areas. So it would still work out really quickly, I reckon, hey? Yeah, absolutely. That's such a great idea. Isn't it cute, Diane? I was stoked when I saw this on Reels. It was obviously such a quick video. I thought, I can do that. That looks great. It looks easy and like really versatile. I can imagine so many ways that I would use these little tickets. Yeah, great idea, Jenny. Let's do that. I have a pin. I know I have a pin here. I have many things sitting here. This one. This pin might be a bit, I wonder if a safety pin would work better than this because I'm worried I'm going to bend this pin, but let's try it. That's cute. I wonder if we could show you. Yeah, how can I get it to show up? You can kind of see. That is cute. They look really great. I love the little pin marks. It's a great idea, Jenny. Very cool. Maybe a bigger pin would be better too. I'll get some better. I need a safety pin, don't I? Oops, I'm going to rip right through that. That's a great idea. I love that idea. This little pin is a bit too, I'm being too heavy-handed with that. That's cute. There's a great way of doing our little perforation marks too. That's great. Very cute. And then you tear them apart. That's great. I love it. So good. Okay, let's put them in my journal. This one's all the ones I got left after I've discarded the ones that didn't quite work out. I think it is. That one didn't really work. That one didn't really work. Okay. So what I was thinking is as I was cleaning out all of my stickers and ephemera earlier, having the time of my life doing that. Let me just, now I've torn that off. I've got to get some ink on that white edge that's showing up. I found this very old little tiny gift bag that I've had hanging around for who knows how long, that I obviously keep saving for such an occasion like this. So let's use this little gift bag from some random Christmas, I guess. Oh, it's quite large. I didn't expect it to be quite that big. Maybe not. Let's maybe rethink that. I'm going to get some square paper out. Maybe I'll make a little envelope instead. That's quite a large. It looks so small. Yeah, let's use, I can't go past purple at the moment. I'm a purple, loving purple. This is from a Turtle Treasure subscription box. Let's find something that's a bit subtle. If I've got anything in here left. Oh, that's quite subtle. But it's very purple. Ooh. All right, let's see. I can only but try, hey. All right, and now let's see if this is going to work as well as I think it will. Do I fold the outsides in first. I'm not actually sure. This is obviously a very cheap way of doing an envelope. It would work out far better with an actual template. This is going to work. That's okay. This will be for what I think this is okay. Might make that the bottom actually. All right. I just really want the shape. It doesn't actually need to be an envelope. I just need the shape of an envelope that's smaller than that gift bag, which I thought was going to be small, but not small enough. All right, this will be perfect. Let me just cut that straight. All right. So this will be where they'll fit. Okay, I'm going to, yeah, that's what I want to do. Something like that, and then just have the ticket sitting inside. But that's a lot of white there now, hey? So let's knock some of that darkness back a bit. Which I could definitely put some paper. I could stick some pattern paper in the back here. But since we have the ink out for this project, then that's what I'm using. Just really light-handed. Yeah, happy with that. And then these will be folded in anyway, so you're not really going to see it. Yeah. Just knock back some of that stark white, which is really not quite the colours we were going for with this project. Great. I'm going to put, that's what I wanted to do. I have my little tin here, also rearranged today, of various pieces of like embellishments and ephemera, you know, like little tiles and things, like little die cuts and stuff. As I was finding as I was cleaning things out, I won't use these purple. I love these purple basil. Purple, how cute that gold and purple basil things. But this little piece here looks sort of perfect, and so does this little die cut piece, which is just fussy cut from some papers. But that one with little butterflies on looks just about right, I think, to stick on the front of our little envelope. Yes, little envelope. Okay, let's just use a glue stick, get it stuck down. Where is my glue stick? Oh, goodness. All right, maybe not a glue stick. I'll use my Zig glue. And I'll keep it stuck up a little bit above the opening. I'll have to stick this down with some tape just to sort of cover my little messy bit behind there. But how easy is that? Just with a square piece of paper. That was a nice little easy envelope. Maybe I'll use some washi to hold that down a bit more. What have I got? Oh, let's use this. Is beautiful. This is Archer and Olive washi. I forgot I had this. I have to clean out my washi drawer next. Isn't that pretty? Archer and Olive washi that I've had, I don't know, for a while. Let's just stick some of that on. But let's stick it down so it's like obvious it's used to stick it down. So let's do it so that it's, let's do it so it looks like it's repairing it. I am just making this up as we go along. As you can tell, just if you haven't joined Craft Night before, obviously I talk a lot on it. Do you know I generally don't talk a lot on my regular day? Honestly, I promise I actually am not much of a chatterbox. I spend a lot of my day working on my own and don't tend to talk a lot at all. But on Craft Night, I tend to talk a lot. And I also tend to just make things up as I go along. And this is just for fun. And I enjoy the process. It's always really fun to hang out with you guys and make a project. But it's rarely thought through. I quite liked it in the corner too. This envelope's coming together. It's very rustic and rough. Let's put some more washi on it. This is fun. Let's put a little bit out the top here. Cute. I like that. And let's put a little bit stuck off the side like a bit of a, what's the word, a tag, a little something or other. A tag's probably the right word. There. Cute. I really like this. This is might be my favorite part of the night. Okay, and this is, we're just putting our tickets in here. This is our little ticket storage envelope. Okay, we don't want to see the white. Oh, I love it. This is cute. I hope you guys, if I think this is fun. Oh, this, you could absolutely do this. Who's going to make something like that? Look at that. Isn't that sweet? Is the purple the right color choice, do you think? I feel like it is, because like I said, I keep pulling out purples and blues every chance I got, but I could have some brown and some more brown and ivory colored square paper I could have used instead, but that's okay. I like the purple, and that's going to sit there like that. I wonder if I should put, I guess you could stick one as a bit of a background, like at the top here, that sort of sits out, and stick it down so it's going to stay put and sort of cover up more of that white. Or you could obviously just make a lot more tickets and have them all streaming out the top as well. So I could have them sort of sitting in the top like this more, couldn't I? That maybe is better. Let's do that for a couple of them. So to get the effect, I guess, then better of the tickets being the star of the show for this little project. And then we'll stick this envelope down on the page. I think these dark ones are my favorite. I think I prefer them over the paler ones. A bit more like that. Now I'm just fluffing about with it. Like that. Something like that. I like that. It sits a bit flatter too. Okay, and then that's going on the layout. You could also put some down as a bit of a border. I'm going to use more of that washy. No, it's too green. It's too dark. I've got, where's my stickers? I've got all my stickers sitting somewhere too. I might put some stickers behind it before I go sticking it down. Let's have a look. My newly organized little sticker tin. I'm glad you do, Lisa. I do too. And I'm on, yeah, just I keep grabbing purple constantly. Not being very adventurous when it comes to colors. Let's be a little bit more adventurous and not use purple in the background. Ah, I'm going to use some of the vintage photo stickers. Vintage envelopes. That's perfect. That would be the perfect little sticker to add to this layout, I feel, because it absolutely goes with our little envelope ticket theme. Maybe. I'm going to stick it on the other side in preparation for maybe doing something on the other side of this layout, which I won't do tonight. But I reckon I'll put it over here. It just seems to work right there. Look at that. That sort of, that, look at that. It looks so cute just like that. All that work is, and that's just finished just like that, that little side. That's cute. Okay, we'll put that there. But I do want to put a couple of stickers behind it. I'm not going to use purple. I have some, here we go. These are from a Turtle Treasure subscription box. I think it was October, I reckon. It was definitely last year. I think it was maybe October. Actually, it could have been September. It was definitely spring. I remember that. Okay. Now I'll do this up your way. Okay. So we're going to stick the envelope just like that. And maybe I do want to put this over the top. I thought I was going to put it behind, but actually now I'm not so sure. I'm going to put this one behind, sort of on this little words. Like with this journal, it's so handy to have these little, the background printed elements to give you a bit of a start. And so one of those stickers sort of makes sense to kind of add a bit more interest to that area. I think I am going to stick it over the top. I might. Let's keep it safe to the side, and I'm going to stick this down first with, I don't really want to use that liquid glue. Where is my glue stick? All the rearranging and cleaning I did, and now I can't find my glue stick. Oh, I'll have to use it for now. One thing about Zig glue frustrates me is it often pulls up. I feel like it does anyway. Maybe I'm not using enough, but I feel like it doesn't. Maybe because it's sort of repositionable, it doesn't tend to hold it tack well. There. Committed. Let's put it there. Debbie, so nice to see you. Happy Wednesday, Debbie. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Like that. I feel like that is where it's going to stay. I'm going to have to use more glue. I know I am, because this glue has great things about it, Zig glue, but sticking slightly bulky things down, it's not one of its strengths. Where is my glue stick? Okay. I feel, yeah, a last little sticker. I think I will put this on the top. I was originally going to put it behind that envelope. Let me turn it around though. I cannot put it aside. Yeah, I like it over the top. It might help hold the envelope down too with this glue that's not quite going to cooperate. There. This is a bit of a random layout. I don't think I've ever done anything quite like this before. It's a little embellishment pocket. A little, what else do you call it? A little, oh, I've lost my word. A little secret, no, there's a word. No, there's a word. I can't think of the word. Secret pocket, no, it's definitely a word. It'll come to me. And then they're little tickets. I hope you enjoyed the little paper crafting technique of making the tickets, like the little train stub type, almost arcade game type tickets. I really enjoyed doing those, and I could see that would be really fun to use in lots of different projects. And it's a great way to keep them all collected in a little envelope on your layout that we just made from some paper, which is obviously just a super easy way of doing it. And then I like deliberately using that washi like in an obvious patched up way. So it looks patched up and rough, but that's sort of what we did on purpose. I quite like doing that sort of thing. It's fun to do. It feels really fun. It's like you're just sticking stuff where your heart takes you. I really enjoy it. So I hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you, Debbie. I'm so pleased. Thank you so much for hanging out this evening, everybody. It was so nice to see you all in the comments. Oh, let me draw a winner before I say goodbye. Someone can get the free set of stickers. And then when I do this, I usually have my mouse, which makes it easier, but you just have to trust me. I've got my eyes shut, trying to randomly pick somebody's name. Jenny's comment right back here. Jenny, I will send you these cute little butterfly stickers. I'll check and see if I've got your contact details. If I don't, just leave a comment here on the live here. Just leave a comment or reply to the email when I send the replay, and just send me your postal address. But I'll have a look, because I'll be surprised if I have not got your address. I'm sure I do somewhere. Jenny, but let me write down your full name. Perfect. They are for you, Jenny. Congratulations. The free stickers coming your way, which is always fun. Thanks for hanging out with me this evening, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little technique-y type thing, and something you can go and create yourself, and ways that you might want to do it and use it in your own journaling, or especially some sort of travel journal would absolutely suit that sort of project as well. Have a lovely rest of your evening, everybody. I'll see you guys all next time. Thank you so much for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night.